Matt. There we go. Right, there we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a very wet and stormy day in New Zealand. But I thought I'd come on and say hi. I'm just going to see if I'm coming up live. Yes, coming up live. Oh, it says upcoming. Ooh, what does that mean? Maybe I need to refresh my page. Just open this. There we go. Now I'm just singing in tune. Cool. Right. So welcome this morning from New Zealand. It's the 16th of May. And I'm really sorry I haven't been live for a long time. I've had a few personal issues going on. I've had a pretty tough time, but getting there. I will be starting a new job in July, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to be working 4 days a week, so I'll have one day to find some supplementary income, which will be my Stampin' Up, and also thinking about doing some private practice work 1 day a week. I'm a cognitive behaviour therapist, as well as a community mental health nurse for older people, which is awesome. I can't believe I've got a job. The house goes back on the market. We took it off with the other agents and it's going back on the market, I think, the end of next week with some new agents. So yeah, lots been going on. But you know what? What I have absolutely can't believe, people, sorry, I'm going to get welled up, have been so supportive. I've had lots of love and hugs, and yeah, my crafting friends and family have been awesome, and I can't believe it. So if you're on the sideline thinking, shouldn't I get into crafts? Oh, so recommend it. You make lifelong friends and really good friends. Family, mum's been really good, my sons have been really good, and yeah, maybe I'll say a bit more about it in future times, but those of you that know me will know what's going on, and I'm doing okay. And I'm here, I'm live, which is fantastic. Oh, someone's watching. Thank you for watching. Just a thumbs up if you enjoy the video, share it. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please come in and subscribe. But let's get cracking. So as you know, I do classes, and each time I do a class, I'll bring the cards to you. So today we're going to do this card this morning. So I'm using Blueberry Bushel, one of my favourite blues. Look at that, beautiful blue. We've got Sentimental Parks, which I believe has carried over, and then we're using this one, Softly Said, which is in the online store. I'm also using one of the newer punches, which I can't remember the name, sorry. But I love it because we used to have one similar, but it was quite straight edges, but now it's quite curved. I'm going to do a thank you card, and then using the other sentiments for the inside. We've got ink, we've got, this is Jute, and these have carried over, which I'm really pleased about. I've got my kit, and the last thing I need is all these bits and bobs. Now, this is what's left from my class, so I'm hoping there's enough to make a card. I think there is. So basically what you do is you get your favorite designer series paper. Now, unfortunately, this one has retired, but there's no reason why you shouldn't use your retired cardstock. I, for one, am a firm believer that if you've got it, use it. Chop it up. Don't keep it for good old days. So I'm going to put that to one side. Oh, I've got a couple of kits left, which is good. Always like some kits for when I'm in the mood for crafting and I don't want to think about what to do. I've got some kits. Okay, so what we have here is a Blueberry Bushel cardstock, which I'm folding in half, and I'm going to bone fold. Now, I didn't know I was going to do this live this morning, so I haven't got anything out ready. So let's get some stuff out. We want our take your pick tool. We want some dimensionals, some tape. My glue dots are out. Good. What else do I need? Let's have my not snail, these are the stamping seals. What else do I need? I think that's about it. So let's take our bone folder and crease that down. So that's our base. Then we've got the inside, which will stamp at the same time as our sentiment, and then we've got a base. So when you're doing this sort of design, you always want a base. I always find it too hard to go directly onto the cardstock, and what I do is I try to get my center one in and go from there. So literally mix and match. I'm going to bring that over a bit. Let's bring that over a bit. So what have you all been up to? I'd love to hear what you've been up to in the comments there. Or if you're not watching the live, but you come and watch us later, hello, thanks for coming in and watching. Just write where you're from maybe. Oh, I like that colour. I know my mum has been saying to me, oh, you haven't done a live for ages, I want to see what you're making. So here's for you, this is for you, Mum. Oh, here we go. Oh no, don't like that. Oh, maybe. No, too light. So you've got to, so even when you have, even when you've got the ends, so if you've got the ends of your paper, so you've cut out all your big ones like this, cut out other ones. See, this was on the edge because it will fit somewhere. In fact, no, I'll leave that there. Actually, it's the same, so I'll move that over. It's always worth doing a dry fit run. Oh, some more under here. Looks good. Yep. What's that one? That oh, there we go. Purple. I've got a little bit of a purple. No, so we'll put that there. And then once these are all stuck down, you can then go ahead and use your offcuts on other cards. So with a class, I think the class made, I think there was 3 made kits. I had a couple who couldn't come, so I made a few more kits, but I only did 2 sheets of designer series paper, and that gives you 4 sides. Now, the hard bit. Where's my glue? So I'm going to bring this over a bit because I need it in my center. So now I've got everything sort of laid out. Lick those fingers because then you can get them set up. Sorry, I've gone quiet, I'm concentrating. Right, so once you've got those laid down, start gluing. Now I find liquid glue just gives me that little bit of time to move it around. And what I tend to do is glue on the center ones first. And then I'm going to put the glue in here because I know that that's not all going to stay on that. Nice wiggle room. Oh, moved. There we go. I think this one moved too. Okay. It doesn't really matter if it's not perfect because, you know, all handmade cards, if they looked perfect, then people will think they've bought it. You've bought it rather than made it. So now I'm starting to put the glue on the card itself because you're going to cut the edges off and you do not want glue everywhere. Especially on your beautiful scissors. Just realised that that hasn't quite covered there, but that's okay. We'll find a little piece just to go on there. So there we go. So I've got this bit over here and that bit there. So I'm going to take my snips and just snip off some of these. Oh, the rain's just started, I can hear it. I love the rain. It's when it's raining and you've got your heater on in, because we're in our autumn now and it's been quite cold for our autumn. Winter weather, raining, good day for crafting. See that one? I put the glue on the tab rather than on the card. So you want to move that away from everything because it'll stick to something. Just take your time doing this, but the more time you take, the more the edge will be straight. You can do this with your trimmer, but sometimes the trimmer will pull if they're not quite stuck down enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of these bits and see if I can put something on the end there. So, no. So literally it's that tiny, tiny little bit. Just there. Oh, my glue's been on its side. So what else has been going on? So I've just, this last couple of months, started a crop night where we get together from about 3 in the afternoon, although most people are at work, but I do open at 3. And then we craft till about, I think we've got to, last Friday, I think we got to about 11:30 even. I love crop nights because you can do all your scrapbooking. Oh, that one's stuck, so I need a different one. No. Maybe try this one. It's literally just an edge. What's the other thing I've started? Oh yeah, so I've had a few ladies who have had other events on or seeing family or traveling recently, and I've started to offer 2 Saturdays a month for the all-day crafting day. And what I'm finding is that the original date that I used to have, which is the 3rd Saturday of the month, has become quite difficult for people to get to. And so I'm now doing the 4th Saturday of the month too. So if you are in New Zealand or anywhere near Te Kaupata, I do this month, the 3rd Saturday of the month is at my home, which is this Saturday coming. And then the 4th Saturday is at the St Margaret's Hall in Te Kaupata. And next month it will be the same. There you go. We have a card base. So I have put dimensionals on mine, I think. Did I? Yes, I did. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on this. I'm going to give that a bit generous in the middle because it's quite heavy. So I'm going to collect my bits. I think last month a cat must have brought in 2 or 3 of these. He sleeps in the garage, which is where I'm filming from. The garage has my craft supplies in it. And I don't know, he seems to find them and play with them or get his tail stuck in them. Beautiful. So now we're going to start some stamping. So first thing we're going to do is stamp this nice big one on this square. I love these sentiments. They're nice and big, but they also have a watercolor effect, which is really lovely. And even though it looks like it hasn't stamped properly, it's actually probably stamped a bit dark because these lighter bits are the watercolor effect. And I'll put that, in fact, because it's still got a bit of ink on it, I shall clean it straight away. So these are our chamois, because these are water-based inks. You can clean them with a water-based chamois. And even though it looks dirty, it's actually doesn't come off on your fingers. So it's quite cool. Right, put that away. And then with Sentimental Parks for my inside, I'm going to just continue that sentiment. So thank you, and then I've got a 4. Not very straight, but that's all right. All the wonderful things you do. Now, if you're not a confident stamper, don't forget to put your nice pierce mat underneath. When these haven't got a bit of padding, it is a bit harder to stamp them. So I'm going to put my blueberry bushel away. I've managed to get ink on my finger from the ink. And I'm going to continue to put this card together. Right, there's my glue. I prefer using liquid, so it gives you that wriggle room to get it in the right place. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is put that on there, because this is going to be fussy cut. Basically, you move your paper, not your scissors. And when I'm cutting, I take off that excess so it doesn't get in the way. So let the paper do the walking for you. I'm going to go straight up there, take the excess paper off, then come in here, round it up. Oh, sorry, I should have looked up because I was off camera. There we go. So I'm just moving that paper as I cut, and I'm just going to go in a bit closer here. I think the camera's a bit further up on the table today. I find it really hard to slow down when I'm filming. I feel like I need to rush, but I think I do better when I don't rush. There we go, much better. So we'll put those scraps to one side. I give these to a local kindergarten. Then I'm going to make a lovely big ribbon, which is quite bendy. And I like to put that on first with my glue dots. Oh, it looks like my internet's gone down a bit. Hopefully you can all see me still. I think when it starts to show the circle, I think it's to do with my internet because I'm watching myself than it is for you. So let's put that ribbon on there, like so. And then some dimensionals on the back here. So these jutes are part of the In Colour from last year that goes 23-25, and this is the boho blue, and it comes in a pack of 5, and you get all the In Colours for that year. So let's put those over there. Right. Let's have a look. I'm going to put that straight. There we go. Got that ribbon just around there, doing its own thing. Then we've got some gem, some bling, and I'm really sorry. I think these are the glossy dots. So I'm going to put them in a triangle. 1, 2. And we either go 3 or 5 just to make it neat. Sometimes you just do 1, but we like that 3 or 5. And there is my card. So I've got a couple more thank you cards. Everyone will be different. I like this dark blue actually, that's quite nice. You'll get different gaps, but it's really good fun. A way to use up your designer series paper that you've got that you haven't used, and you can just chop it up and make another card. So that's the first one. Let's have a look at this internet. Something's happening that's not quite right. I'm all turning. Let's pause. Start again. No. I think it's to do with my internet. And I don't know about you, but I use Firefox, and used to have the little refresh button, but it's gone. Right, I'm back, so I can see what I'm doing now. Make sure I'm on screen A. Right, the next card we're going to make is this. Now this designer series paper actually carried over into the new catalogue, and I cannot remember what it's called, but it goes with the Lovely and Sweet bundle, and these have dies with them. So what I've done is I've taken the designer series paper and I've added some stamping. I've used some of the, because it's a specialty paper, I've used some of the nice gold there, and I've done a congratulations. So we're going to make that one now. So I don't know what one I'll have. So basically this is a sheet of 12 by 12. You get 3 different designs. So you get the, this is cocoa. Let's have a look. Oh, yep, it's cocoa. This is vanilla bean, and this is chocolate, coffee, vanilla, maybe. Anyway, pretty cool that you can get you get 6 cards out of one sheet of paper, and you get 2 designs of each. So we're using Pecan Pie and Very Vanilla. So the first thing we do is we're going to fold over our envelope like so. So that's ready to go. And then we're going to find that one. Right, now I think my Pecan Pie has gone back. Ooh. So my Pecan Pie is not in the tray. That is not helpful. Let's have a look at my other trays. Hang on one moment. Here we go. So I've got a class on Saturday, so I've started preparing for classes. So this was in one of the kits. So this is my Pecan Pie, and these are red rubber stamps. So let's have a look at this kit. So we've got, that goes on there. So we want the inside. We want that bit. I'm missing some bling. No, I'm not. I've got bling. Right, so let's do some stamping. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp the inside of my card, and I'm going to use the corresponding stamp to the corresponding front. I've stamped up, and this is going to be full ink, like so. Now you can, if I can find it, I'll show you. So that looks a bit too, what am I trying to say? Too empty. So what I'm doing, this is a blender pen, and while I've just stamped it, the ink is available. This is filled with glycerine, and what I'm doing is I'm just sharing some of that ink that's come off the stamp in the leaves, just to give it a bit of depth. You can do this up to about 5 minutes after you've stamped. And then what I'm going to do is just go over the shade periods, just to bring a bit more depth in there. So these are blender pens. You get them in packs of 3, and they're in the current catalogue. So there you go. Just show you the difference. There's not much difference, but it does make a huge difference from just stamping it. Now the next thing I want to do is just do some general stamping. Oh, let's just do the congratulations first, because I will get that finished. Sorry, I'm going to get my head in. I cut the strips so thin. Just for wipe that off. Just afraid of getting ink on me. So here we go. So I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm stamping off to stamp on, and just randomly around. Again, these are words. Make sure they're the right way up. Stamp off, stamp on, stamp off, off, on, stamp off, on, on. And as you can see, I've just randomly stamped. Everyone will be different. The way you do it will be different to the way I do it. Can you see how there's ink still in the little groove? So you just pick up your chamois and just get it in there, and that will just clean it off nicely. Always best to clean as you go, because I found a stamp the other day that I hadn't cleaned. Luckily it's still cleaned off, which was quite good. Okay. Ink on me again. Luckily I've got work clothes on today. So we're going to put this card together. I'm just going to turn this over, and I've made a mess of that. Here we go. So we're going to put our very vanilla inside our card. I love putting something on the inside. It feels weird to me now not to put something on the inside. And there's still plenty of room to write on. Now, if you did want to add some colour to your flowers, which I'm thinking of doing, these are our water-based markers. And I'm just doing a bit of flirty flamingo in there. I'm not doing a lot. I'm not colouring it in fully. I'm just doing little lines, just to give it a bit of beauty. So these are the water markers. They come in sets, packs. You can get the new in colours, and you can get all 4 of our colours, the regals, the subtles, the neutrals, and the brights. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put that on there, and I'm not going to put anything on dimensionals on this one other than the sentiment. There we go. And then we've got this piece, because it's a speciality paper, it does have some foil sheets, and this is the gold foil. I just think it added something there. Now you could use ribbon to put your sentiment on. So I'm just going to trim this down. Like so, and then I'm going to cut a banner in. So cut down the center and then trim from either side. Should, in theory, give you an equal banner. Now, I actually think that that's really hard to see. So I'm actually going to go to my ribbons and have a look and see what I can put on there that sort of matches. Now, we do have this ribbon that's in the online store as well. I'm really liking the online store because things stay a bit longer. And I'm thinking if I mount that onto there, it might give it just a little bit of extra oomph, definitely. And I'm going to keep this side straight and just add a cut to that. Now, if you're using ribbon, I suggest using tear and tape. A bit easier. Put it on your card. And then take your ribbon and pop on the top. And then take your sentiment. Now we're going to use the skinny bit on here just to add to this and give it some height. Now if you've got mini dimensionals, which I do have but they're in my bag, you can use those. But if you don't have mini, you've only got the normal size dimensionals, just use your edges. You can cut them smaller. Now, because we're sticking onto ribbon, dimensionals might need a bit of help. So what I tend to do onto ribbon is just give it a little bit of glue, just to help. And then I'm going to just pop that up there. So we've got a little bit of ribbon. That's much better. And what I do with these is when they're new and I've unwrapped them, I just get a little pin, and I noticed I had a spare one yesterday because I've used them up, and just put that in the end, and then it doesn't unravel in your stash. Now these cork bling have continued, and I've got 2 here, and I don't know where the other one's gone, so we're just going to put 2 on for now. It'll be one little one on its own. And it's probably still in the bag. Yes, it is. Look at that. There we go. So we want that triangle again. And I think this has got enough going on, so I'm just going to put it down there. And there we go. Another card made. I really love this set. I'm actually really upset that the accompanying Notes of Nature didn't carry over, but I'm glad that some have. Have we got some comments coming? I don't know. Oh, my Facebook's going off. That's what I can hear. So there we go. That's another card, and I really love adding that little bit of colour in there. It looks really pretty. So that's our lovely and sweet card. Just put those things all in the box. Beside me, I've got all the boxes. Okay, so we're going to be using the Sweetly Scripted. Now this is a stamp set that's new. It's on in our online store. The card we're going to make is this one. Now, I haven't got the embossing machine out yet, but that's okay. So we're using Berry Burst, and this is Bubble Bath. We're using our white stamp set 2, which I've got over here. I'm sorry about the wobble. And I haven't used this one yet. So what should we put? This Happy Birthday here is from a retired set, so that's why I'm not using that. Let's do the Happy Birthday the same. So Happy Birthday. Wow. While I'm here, I might as well show you how I put the stickers on. Let's just move these out the way a minute. So I get a block that this will fit on, and I take the backing off, like so. I then take the corresponding sticker, and I take where the gaps are, and I pull it away, because this is quite hard to do when it's on the block. And I just push them down a bit. Then I take the whole thing off, and I put it all onto my block as level as I can, and then take that off and just push down the middle with the end. Okay. Then what you do is you make sure that your Happy Birthday is up the right way. Usually you can tell by the bumps. Sorry about my head. And then we're just going to place this on top. And I'm finding that because it's white on white, I need some colour underneath. So I'm going to use the Bubble Bath. That's better. I'm levelling it up, and then down you go. And then you're done. All on, all straight. Perfect. So we're going to take our Bubble Bath and fold that in half. And fold, like so. And then we're going to take our Berry Burst and our Bubble Bath. And we're taking the embossing folder that has carried over from the mini catalogue to the annual. Again, sorry about the name, but it's a floral, something floral. And I'm going to actually emboss these at the same time. So I'm putting that on the best I can, that it's straight. It will become clear why we emboss it at the same time. Like so. I think the border's okay, but it's not very straight in there. So I'm just going to move that a bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, unfortunately, I do need to bring the big guy over. So I'm going to move my everything out the way and bring her over. And it's a 3D embossing folder. Oh, this might be a bit too close. Is it a bit too close? Sorry. So being a 3D embossing folder, we're going to use plate number 1. Then we always make sure that our embossing folders go through with the sealed end first. If you put it through any other way, if you're not careful, it will break in half. Then we put number 4 on top because it's 3D, and we start it off. Once we feel it take, we put our hand on top and roll. And I'm sorry, this is going to make a wobble. Right, sorry about the wobble. And I've just put that to one side. And then we open, and we have this beautiful embossed piece of paper. The reason we do it together is that there will be a slight ridge around where this paper goes, so it makes it very easy for us to find where it goes after. So now, very carefully, not as careful as some of my ladies, we want to, and you see some of the inks come off, so I'm not sure how that happened, but my stamp block still works fine. But very gently, we want to, along this edge, very gently drag. And it is a very gentle drag. And you just keep repeating. Turn it round, go back the other way. You don't need to do it very hard at all. If you do it hard, you will lose some of your pad. But as you can see, that's made no difference. And it's just a gentle drag along. I'm just moving it around. And you have to be gentle, because otherwise you'll get the white in the embossed. Isn't that beautiful? So then what we're going to do with a bit of glue on the back of here, because we emboss them together, it will tend to go back where it came from. Like so, it went straight in. Now your white does take a bit of time to dry, and I did think I got this a bit straight. So what you want to do is give that some time to dry. I don't believe that's straight. I'm going to move it if I can. We have glue. We can. There we go. Oh, I don't know when I move. It might be the paper's not straight. Anyway, here we go. So we'll just leave that to dry, and I'm going to get some more bubble bath, because my sentiment's a bit longer than it was. Maybe if I can try and use, try and use this one. Now we're going to take the Berry Burst, and this stamp is very long, so it works on a card that's tent style, like tent style, so it goes this way, like a tent. But we're actually doing it across here, but I've inked it all up. And I'm going to put it along here. So obviously it doesn't all get on there. Perfect. Then I'm going to take my cloth and just wipe off that excess. That's such a lovely font. Oh. Lovely. So now we want a little trimmer. So some of you will have these little ones. They have retired. They were part of a special a few years back. But I find when I've got small pieces to cut, the skeleton comes in much better. And I think my blades need replacing because they're a bit fluffy. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick this on here first and then cut off the bits that I don't want, but I'm going to actually do it with dimensionals. Pop that on there. I'm going to move it over slightly. And I'm going to hold it up because that definitely isn't straight. Sometimes it's easier to hold it up and look at it and do the eye. And then I'm going to take the excess off. Put that away. Put those away. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put lots of glue on here. Now when you've got an embossed layer, just using seal doesn't really cut it, so you need to use either tear and tape or liquid glue because it doesn't really like it. And because this card is covering the whole front, because I wanted to see that, just place it on the table and push it down, then glue. And I have no bling. I wonder why. Let's have a look, see what I've got. I think I used retired red bling. I got red in there? Yeah. So these festive pearls have retired, but again, like I say, don't use stuff that's, use everything that you've got in your stash, even if it's really old. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of bling in each of these little flowers, just to give it a bit of pop. Oh, there's one down there and there's one there, so we can go to 5. They're retired, we need to use them up so we can get some new things. And there you go, a really effective card. So this was taught to me at one of our team retreats. I'm under Jackie, and she does a retreat for us at Stepping Stones, and her name is gone that taught us, but I cased it, and there you go. So we've got current products all around, and this was the one I did originally. So I've stepped it up a bit. You know what? This would be really nice embossed too. But I like the bling. Okay, so that's that card. I do believe there's one left. However, it's all retired things. So if you've got this set, you've probably used it for a very long time. But most of the things are retired now. So Colour and Contours is retired, but I will never destash this because I love the die cuts that come with it. So you can see all the dies that come with it. A lot, and does a nice edge. And then this, the go-to greetings. Who else is really sad that this is retired? Even my mum's got this one in the UK, and I use it and use it and use it, and again, it won't be making its way anytime soon. It will stay in my stash for a long, long time. So thank you so much for coming along, and I'm so sorry I've been a bit missing in action, but I will be back very soon. I've got a class this week, so hopefully next week I'll get some time to come online. And yeah, thank you again to all of those who have been supporting me, and thanks again for watching. Please subscribe to my channels, give me the thumbs up if you like what you see, And yeah, have a great day, everybody. And have a great evening for those of you who are on the other side of the world from us. Bye for now.